Welcome to Lesson 3.5 of your Dynamic Small Business Search course. In the previous lesson, we reviewed NAICS listed on awarded contracts in Federal Procurement Database System, or FPDS. In this lesson, we're going to do something similar, but we're going to use the Federal Business Opportunities site, or FBO.gov. While we will be able to see what contracts were awarded that we want to have won, we'll also be able to see what's coming down the pike. Inside of FBO, we'll look at awarded contracts, current opportunities out for bid, and at opportunities in the market research phase. Let's go ahead and switch over to a browser and take a look at FedBizOps. I'm going to minimize this stuff. Okay, so again, just a reminder, on the left-hand side, I have SV MacPack's NAICS codes, my NAICS codes on the left that I can use to compare. We're at FBO.gov, also known as FedBizOps, also known as Federal Business Opportunities. So inside of here, I'm just going to start off with something pretty straightforward. This is, when you land, this is the landing page. You'll notice there's 43,000 active opportunities in there. What I'm looking for is to see keywords that match what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to put in communication and outreach, and let's see if that gets me my thing. You can do all sorts of filters in there, but I'm not teaching you and talking about that today. But let's just start off with the last 30 days and see what happens, because there's a lot of stuff in there. I'm going to hit search. Good. This is perfect. It's a kind of a minimal amount. It's got 45 on here. I'm just going to go ahead and say show me 60 per page. So when we come in here, we're looking at potential awards. Let me go ahead and sort this really quick. Actually, I sorted the wrong one. Okay, there you go. So one of the things you'll notice is they've got these special notices. I'm going to ignore those for the moment because a lot of time they're unique stuff. But I'm scrolling down, and let's start with the first one, this award. So I want to look at a couple that are awarded. The beauty of FBO is I actually can open these in new tabs. And so I'm going to open that one in a new tab. We have only one award right now. I want to find a couple other awards, and we'll come back to that. You got solicitation and total combined ops thing, but let's go ahead and open a couple of these and see what we got. I'm going to skip advertising services because I don't think that's what I'm doing. Training support services, I'll skip that because that's not what I'm doing. Communication outreach studio equipment, that's interesting. Might be product, but let's go ahead and see. Youth outreach services. This is, again, courses. Training and outreach support services. Ironically, I'm actually going after this particular opportunity that I'm showing you right now. So here's another award. Let's take a look at that. And it is funny. I typed in communication and outreach, and one of the things that came back was manual drop arm barrier. It's one of the challenges of trying to do your homework on federal procurement is just learning the right way that it's coming out. Some of these other ones, I'm just scrolling down and I'm looking at these, and they're just really kind of weird to me. So I'll skip those. I'm going to come back in a minute. We'll try a different one if I need to. So I just scrolled up. Let's go to this first one, National Education Campaign. It's an IDIQ. That's a large vehicle, but that's fine. And so what I'm looking for is something that's going to tell me the type of work. Look at this thing. It's a $900 million IDIQ. That would be nice if you could win a $900 million IDIQ. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Primarily focused on, this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to scroll even further so it's easier to see. Full range of, conducting a full range of activities associated with outreach, education, and communication campaigns. That one looks really good. Internal and external stakeholders, this is absolutely kind of stuff I'd be interested in doing. Proposing a comprehensive strategy. Here they're telling me what we want to do. And the reason I'm looking at these bullets is to go, is this something that I would want to know about? Even if it's not totally the one I would want to win. But I'm looking at this stuff and it all looks good. Analyzing data sets for outreaches. This all fits into what I'm trying to do. So let's go see what NAICS code they set it aside for. So here, they set it aside 541810. And if you come over here, I don't have that. This thing is exactly what I do, yet the NAICS code is not what I have. Fortunately, this is the second time I've seen this code. I saw it in the last lesson when we were doing FPDS research, and so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this. I like how the response date is not listed. Oh, this is an award, so that's fine. So let's go to the next one, branding and services. So that one was great, the last one we did, because I found a NAICS that I wanted to do. This one here, I'm going to come down. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the NAICS 541613, and I have that, which is great. And here, this paragraph is describing what I want to do. Outreach campaign, visibility. Really, they're trying to reach out. This is not quite what I do from a foreign government standpoint, but the type of work is exactly there. Conferences, exchange programs, speaker programs, collaboration, that type of stuff is what I do. And when I come back for doing keywords and you see that module, you'll see me add some of them. But fortunately, 541613 I have, so let's move on to the next one. This one is called Office Communication and Outreach Studio Equipment. Again, first thing I'll do is look here. 334, I know I don't have that. That's just outside my range. But let's see what this is. Okay, so, well, it's information on studio equipment, so I don't sell this. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that might, okay, so it's talking about what the equipment is. One thing I would mention to you, I'm in the business of communication and outreach. And this equipment is used for that need, right? So I'm not going to sell them the equipment, but I did want to give you a quick tip that this person here, Gary Weaver, is listed as the contract officer. That is a great person for me to reach out to, their email and phone number, and send them a capability statement and say, hey, I do communication and outreach. I don't sell this thing you're selling, but I'd love to just chat with you for 5 minutes about what I do just to keep you informed. It's a hit or miss, right? It's 50-50. He's either going to respond or not respond. He's either going to say yes or no. But at least you have their information. And the reason I say reach out to him, from my perspective, is because of communication and outreach, right? It fits my world. Let me move on to the next one. This one here is training and outreach support services. Now, this one I absolutely know I do, because I'm actually following this one, and I'm going to respond. And I'm coming down to the bottom just to show you, since I must have missed it. There's so many changes here. This is funny. Let me see if I can find the change. No. Well, let me pause here for a second. Sorry. There's a lot of activity in here, but I was trying to find out where it would say what the words are, and they're not really here. The one thing that's interesting is they're thinking about this is going to go out for 541690, and I don't have 6190. And I actually don't have 541690 listed on any of the other stuff I've done. If I look at it, though, it's that technical consulting, and it's the wrong NAICS, really. But, oh, okay, wow, they canceled it. Nope, wait. Yeah, this is weird. They canceled it, so this must be a different one than I'm thinking. But still, it's good to see. Now I know why I was confused, because there's another one out there with the same title, and it actually has the information. But let me click on the RFQ so you can just see this. It's important that you see the process I go through. So here, it talks about the activity they're doing. This is a BPA, which I'm not really trying to talk to you about at the moment. I'm trying to find out where the statement of work is. They still don't even list the statement of work. So this one's harder to do because they don't list it out. But it is a flag for me, most importantly, 541690. So I'll write that one down so I can track it. Let's go ahead and track this last one, Family Advocacy Program Education Coordinator. So this is an award. It's an award, so I can see how it was awarded. It went to one person, $260,000. And the type of work is listed as, so they say take a look at the statement of work. And let's go ahead and look. By the way, it's 624,190, which is, again, well outside of anything I would have done. Let me take a look at the PDF or PWS performance work statement. So here they're providing technical guidance in Italy. Wow. The contractor needs to be able to develop information on the prevention of abuse. So this is not generic communication outreach. It's really specific to abuse and the activity that go around that, and they want to get rid of it. So this is handy, though, to come through and review some of these PWSs, to see just how the government lists certain things and the way they describe it. So, you can review these PWSs to learn that. Anyways, so that's cool. I'm not going to write that one down because it's not needed. I did want to come back and do one more opportunity. So I did communication and outreach over the last 30 days. Let's try podcast, right? Because that's an actual type of thing I do. And I don't know if there's any in here, but let's give it a shot. That didn't work. So we can do last 90 days since the podcast is such an unusual thing. So that's pretty amazing. Five of them in here. So here, this one's active right now. It just got posted, over the weekend or something. Let me close these other windows really quick and show you this other activity. I just took one keyword of what I was doing. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. This is a subscription, so I'm going to skip that. Digital music library, I'm going to skip that. So it looks like there's only one at the moment. So let's go take a look. I got two of them, but this one is equipment. I'll start with the equipment. I'm looking. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so they're saying this is exactly what they want. I don't sell parts, so I'll go ahead and close that guy. Let's take a look at this. And this was just posted on the 8th of September. It's due October 12th. I'm a veteran-owned company, so that's good. It's not listed. I might be able to have a shot at it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So it's talking about it. They're going to do a request for proposal. And so this is interesting. They're promoting some of the memorial activity that's in there. I'm looking for the work. Let's see. Here you go. Requirements, right? Here they're saying they seek a university that's going to focus on the. So they're really looking for folks, a university to be able to provide a lot of, a lot of experts, subject matter experts, professors maybe. But this activity in here is really good for me because I see I can put in things like social campaign, digital media, some of these keywords that are important, and see how they talk about it. The other thing I'm going to do, and I'll do this later, but I'm going to put my name down on the interested vendors list so that as anybody's pursuing this, they're able to show me what's there. So 611.710, I don't have that NAICS code, but that NAICS code is one that I saw from our activity in earlier lessons for SV MacPack. So I wrote that one down. I'm probably going to add that one in because it's the only one that says podcast. And actually, just for the fun of it, I think I'm going to go back home here, and it says 90 days. I'm going to say for the last year, show me podcasts. That's funny. So podcast clearly is not a big word to them. What about Twitter, right? We do Twitter campaigns. There's 10 there. You want to start typing in some of these. Army Social Media Management Services. This is exact. That's funny. This one should have been closed. Looks like they got a couple. This is great. They got more. When I did communication outreach, I didn't find it. But when I start typing something as detailed as Twitter, it finds it. Let's see what we got. So here, this is all tends to be normal. Period of performance. What do they want? They're telling us what NAICS they're using, 54159. That's a catch-all, and I really hate that one because it's not specific. But let's go in here. Okay, does your firm have the following capabilities? This is where it was. They're They're talking about scheduling. They want to be able to drop content out there, curation. So this is like Hootsuite or some of the others. I've seen this one before, and it's an interesting one that lays it in. But let me, so this is good. This is all about dropping content. This stuff is really good for me if I want to go after this work. These guys have a lot of interesting content in there. Okay, switching back over to the PowerPoint. I went through a lot on there, and this might be a long one, but in FBO, there's so much you can search in there to find NAICS. You're going to see me come back and say the same thing with keyword searching when we start working on that module. But go into FBO, spend, maybe this is a 20-minute lesson or something, but you should spend an hour. Spend an hour in there, look at how the government is buying, not just how they bought yesterday, but how they're buying today and how they're thinking about buying tomorrow. Take a look at FBO, and it'll show you that stuff. So that concludes Lesson 3.5. Remember to stop. Like I said, do this for your own company before moving on. Once you do this activity, you'll have a great list of NAICS on your DSBS checklist that can be used later as we go forward. Go ahead and update that checklist, and then I'll see you in the next lesson.